Jared here with Devil's Lake Tourism. I'm out here on 6 Mile Bay at the ramp to explain to everyone kind of what's going on. We're hearing a lot of reports of deteriorating ice conditions. I mean, look at it, it's absolutely beautiful. We're here at the end of January, beginning of February, it's almost 50 above. So ice conditions are not getting better. They're not terrible. Once you get on the ice, we're still seeing pretty good ice around, but the edges are starting to get a little soft. And the most dangerous thing that we want to put out there for everyone is pressure ridges are actually starting to flatten out, which is really dangerous because those pressure ridges, as we've talked about earlier in the year, you can't cross them. You haven't been able to cross them at all this year. And that's not changing now that we're getting this warm weather. And the dangerous thing is you can't tell where they start because, like I said, the ridges are flattening. They're actually starting to push down and even pull apart in some cases. And that ice is only a couple inches thick at the most. So we want to get that out there right away here to kind of show you guys what's going on. This is 6 Mile Bay Ramp. It's not bad. The other thing of note is there's basically no water on the ice because there was no snow to begin with. So you can still get around really good once you're on, but it's the edges and the pressure ridges that you got to watch for and completely avoid those ridges. So I'm going to go drive around to a couple other ramps, show everyone kind of what we're dealing with. 6 Mile Bay, like I said, looks pretty good still. You can't go very far south though until you run into a pressure ridge. That's where we lost a couple vehicles last week, and it's getting worse in that area. So you can't quite move around like everybody wants to this time of year. To find those deep basin perch, because that's where the perch are. Unfortunately, they're roaming around a lot of places we can't get to right now. So that's the hard part. The shallow walleye bite is still good around the trees and all that structure. So you can still find fish, but those deep basin perch are really, really tough right now. If you get into them, you get into them, but you can't chase them like you normally could because of the ice. So enough on that. I'm gonna go show everyone some other ramps, and we'll see you around. Okay, over here at the Lakewood landing, and you can see it's starting to get a little sloppy here at the landing itself, but the pressure ridges are really, really bad. Okay, so you can't get from Creel Bay to the main lake over here. Any ridge that we have on this lake, you cannot cross. Period. And the scary part is I just got off the phone with a fishing guide out here, and he said he went kind of close to a pressure ridge, and he could actually see legitimate open water, and right next to it was 20 inches of ice. So it goes from 20 inches to 0 in the pressure ridges. And the super scary part is you can't see where those ridges are as good anymore because this warm weather is starting to flatten out the ridges. So you won't always be able to tell where they are, where the cracks and ridges are right now. So be very careful. Once you're on the ice though, like I said, we've got up to 20-ish inches of ice on a lot of the main bays and parts of the lake, but you will likely have to, if you want to get to a different part of the lake, you probably won't be able to use the lake to get there. You'll have to pack up and go to another part of the lake with your vehicle instead of getting there by ice. So that's unfortunate, but it's still doable. The edges, like I said, they are starting to pull away a bit. And some of the ramps that aren't concrete have gotten very, very muddy. And where that mud is also deteriorating the ice quickly. There's basically no water on the ice, which is nice because we didn't have much snow to begin with. But again, the ice is deteriorating. It's 50 above. It's gorgeous. It's great for fishing weather, but not great for making ice. So if you do come up, which we hope you do, you can still fish. It's just not as easy getting around out here, considering that you do have to pack up and go on the road to get to other parts of the lake versus using the lake for transportation. But the bite's been pretty good still. The walleyes are biting. Perch have been a little bit tougher just because you can't get everywhere you want with these ridges all over the place. But still recommend coming up here and enjoying what we have to offer. And I'm going to leave it off there. Be very careful. Like I said, don't cross any ridges. Don't drive into any areas that look bad because they probably are bad. And other than that, we will see you up here.